Welcome to the newer radio with your co-hosts Jun Fargo and Just Cauz.
Yo, welcome to episode 9 of the newer radio. My name is Jun Fargo, and I got my brother, my co-host, Just Cauz.
Yo.
How you feeling, man? How you feeling, buddy?
Oh man, I'm feeling good. Man. How we doing?
I'm good, man. You know what I'm saying?
Early.
Got these cat allergies and everything going on, but you know what I'm saying, I heard through the grapevine you got a special guest today.
Yes sir. You had to pull up my mans. You already know, man. You had to pull him up, son. Yo, my man MC Reef, come on out, man. You already know, brother.
What's going on?
Yo, what's good? Man, appreciate y'all for having me.
No, absolutely, man. The honor is ours.
That's a fact. Hey,
Yeah, man. I'm here.
Let the people know who you are, where you're from, and what you do, man.
So I'm a hip hop artist, born and raised in New York. I grew up in Brooklyn and Queens mostly, and most of my life. But I pretty much lived in every borough. So I do hip hop rap music, but rap stands for rhythm, art, and pain. I currently travel back and forth between the states and building my fan base out there. I also do a podcast of my own called Going Live with the MC. And I'm just, I'm a man of many hats. I do a lot of different things. I try to keep myself as occupied and purposeful as I can be.
For sure. Hey, yo, you said you've lived in just about every borough, so I need a little controversy. What is the best borough in New York? This may catch you some heat, but I gotta know. I'm from Massachusetts.
Oh no.
What's the best borough in New York?
He's
of course, I'm gonna say Brooklyn.
Brooklyn.
BK.
I'm gonna say Brooklyn, and it's not this, it's not no Jay-Z or Biggie connection. I don't think it has anything to do with any like outside hype. I think if you live in Brooklyn, you would like see it for yourself. There's a lot going on in Brooklyn. It's a lot of different cultures. It's a lot of different avenues, like different things you can get. You can find a lot of people in Brooklyn, but when you go to every other borough, it might just be one person for that. Or you might have to go to a certain location in this borough to get to whatever you're trying to do. But in Brooklyn, it's like a hub for everything.
Facts. Absolutely. Do you find BK easier to live in, or do you find like the other boroughs easier to live in, like type shit?
I thought it was easier to live in Queens. I'm not gonna lie. I was living in Far Rock for like about a good 15 years, and everything was like the A train. The A train goes from there to Brooklyn to Manhattan to every borough. We had so many different buses out there. We can go to wherever we want to go on the buses. We had a lot of back roads, so if we couldn't get there on the front road, we walked the back road. It was just a lot of accessibility in Queens, So I will say I do miss that, but Brooklyn is still my answer.
Brooklyn's like my kryptonite, man. Them roads be fucking confusing as hell, bro. I be driving in BK and I be like, what the hell did we just pass? They be like, you just passed Jackson. I be like, oh shit, oh no. With the GPS, like, oh, I missed everything. Bro, it be hard in Brooklyn sometimes.
Yeah, I definitely do. But I think it's just on your level of what's the word I was looking for? Your level of intent. Like when you go places and you don't have a real reason to be there, you start feeling weird, or you start looking around and wanting shit to happen, or you hope shit don't happen. So yeah, it's all about what you're there for. Obviously if you live there, you comfortably roam the streets, you have nothing to worry about. But for the most part, yeah, you should always be alert.
Facts, especially when you're in the whip.
Yeah, for sure.
Facts. That is too funny. So yo, man. So how long have you been doing the hip hop thing, man? How many years you been doing it?
I started in high school around like 07. Like I started writing in 07, 08-ish.
Okay.
I graduated in 2010, and I want to say like mid 2010. I got my first studio experience in 2011. So learning how to record a song, I would say that officially solidified it for me. So let's just say 13 years.
Yep.
That's crazy, man.
So is it a good assumption to say in 2 years you went from studio to making your own music?
Oh yeah, 100%. I think that following after we made that song in the studio, my boy had at the time we were friends. He had like he didn't really have a studio setup. He just had a microphone and a laptop, and he knew how to produce. Um, so he played this beat. It's a song called "Money Over Everything" that I have on my SoundCloud. It's literally the first song that I've ever released. And we sat there with like headphones similar to this. Obviously they were wired. We was wired into a MacBook, and we like did like a pop filter with a wire hanger.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was just in there just recording everything. And when you hear the song, all the voice effects, that's all me. So we didn't do anything to like change it. That was just me doing that. You know, so
Oh snap, that's old school, old school. He was like, I was doing this.
yeah. Yeah, even when you hear the song "Get High," that's me on the chorus, like doing the hey, that's me, like in different layers and stuff.
I thought that was like an effect that you had on it.
Nah, any song you hear with effects, that's 9 times out of 10, that's me. You know, if anything, I'll just like lower the pitch or something like that. You know, like I've been learning how to do a lot of this stuff. You know, so and I get a lot of ideas on the fly too.
What kind of misconceptions would you say people get about New York that aren't like from New York? Like things that people may think are like crazy and outlandish, but it's just like regular shit for y'all.
Street life. You know, like I hate to say it, but there's crime everywhere. There's gangsters everywhere. There's robbers everywhere. There's rapists everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So to look at New York and be like, oh, this place is way more dangerous than that place. Like, granted, y'all might have a little bit more police control, but the shit still happens. You know, so yeah, people come here and they come here and they're just like, oh, I didn't know it was that bad, or they didn't show this on Sex and the City, or you know, like shit like that. And it's like, bro, like
I feel like I think the biggest takeaway is like I've always given people is like whenever you go anywhere that you're not like accustomed to or familiar from, man, mind your business and go from point A to point B.
Yep,
literally.
You ain't got your nose sticking into. You don't have to be a white knight because some dude arguing with his girl. You know, if you see, man, mind your business, bro. That's why I tell people, I'm like, if you're not from there and you're just traveling, get you some headphones because those gonna be your best friends.
Or your worst enemy. Or your worst enemy.
Or your worst.
So I'm gonna say that because so I had went to Germany once, right? And so to people that have never been out the country, I just want to alert y'all, disclaimer, y'all gonna have to pay the currency exchange rate. What that means is that whatever the dollar is worth here, it may be worth more or less in that country. So in Germany, our dollar is worth less. I want to say it's about 77 euros, 77 cents on the dollar or something like that. It's something around there. But anyways, I went there and I went to go change 300, like, you know, 300 into euros. And they gave me back 180 or some shit like that. And I was pissed. So I hop on the phone with my mans and I'm venting, like I'm going off. But I'm outside and there's like these drug dealers like right on the side staring at me. And they could hear the accent. So they know I'm not from here.
Yup.
So the dude staring at me, and I feel, you know, people staring at you, and you feel the eyes. Yeah, so I felt it, and I was just like, nah, this ain't it. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna call you back, bro. And then as I turned around, he pulled up on me, and he was like asking me, yo, where you from and shit like that. So, you know, long story short, it didn't get dangerous, but he was preying me the way that, you know, if I was a little bit less careful, you know, with my awareness, I'm pretty sure he would have tried to set me up some kind of way. You know, and the worst fucked up part about it is that I was so upset and I wanted to smoke some weed and this motherfucker was selling weed. So that could have been an easy way to fucking
that could have been.
You feel me? Like,
yeah, that could have been crazy lit, bro.
Whew. And I had my headphones in, you feel me? I was on the phone. I didn't care about nothing going on around me, but because I felt them eyes on me, I just said, fuck it, I'm gonna talk to this nigga later. Let me pay attention to whatever the fuck I'm at. Like,
facts. You heard the music when your earphones was on and you heard that music. You was like, wait. Playing that song again.
That's a fact.
But it's also dangerous because everywhere I go, I do have headphones in. Everywhere, even in New York. So it's just crazy. But I think it's just a level of awareness. You know, when you know who you are and how high your level of awareness is, a lot of that shit don't bother you.
What would you say the biggest differences are between like the music scene in America compared to like the UK and like Germany? Places, well, even more than that, because I'm assuming you've traveled more than just those places. Because you said you went overseas, you know, to help build your fan base. So, what would you really say the biggest differences are, sonically and culturally?
Okay, so to answer your first question about the going places, I've only been to London, Germany, and Dublin. I mean, I don't really count it, but I've been to Morocco as well. But that was on a layover, so I was stuck in the airport. I don't really count that. But yeah, you feel me? But sonically, well, culturally, I would say. So I went to in Dublin.
Mhm.
I don't know where you gotta be, but you gotta find the city. That's where you're gonna find the black people. Like, there's literally no black people in Ireland. Like, you have to really look around, and they are a very small clique. They stick to each other, you know. But I will say, and I hate to say this, but when you find those black people, then you start understanding everything else around you. They'll show you everything you need to know. You know that the other people can't show you. The other locals can't show you that. You know, because they don't know. But that's Dublin for you. Germany. Germany is cool as fuck. I'm not gonna hold you. It's almost like New York in a sense that it's like I was in Frankfurt. I haven't been to Berlin or anywhere else in Germany, but I was saying Frankfurt is kind of like a
melting pot.
Yeah, it's a melting pot for sure. Obviously it's mostly Germans, but you're gonna see other people around there, and everyone there, even if they are a transplant, they speak Dutch or German. You know, they have to learn it. So, yeah, because everyone out there speaks German and Dutch. You know, but what they don't tell you is that it's a second language. So it's kind of the same thing with the awareness. You know, if they don't fuck with you, then they're gonna try to find a way to get you. So out there, everyone out there spoke to me in German. You know, and then one day I just thought of an idea. I was like, yo, there's no way in hell that this drug dealer spoke to me in English, but everyone else here speaks German. So I said, fuck it, I'm gonna pretend that I'm lost. So I started speaking to people like, yo, can you show me where this is at? But my hotel was literally down the block. You feel me? So I ran up on this one person like, hey, can you show me this? And they started speaking in English. And when they realized what they were doing, you saw the look on their face like, fuck. Like, so it was like, I got you. Y'all niggas speak English
the
out
bag, son.
My fault, I don't know. Yeah, I got him. But you know, they basically it's just to say that they don't like Americans. You know, they fuck with us on TV, but seeing us in person, they're like, what are you doing here? Like, you feel me? Like, why are you here? What's your purpose? You know, not everybody's that standoffish, but it's a majority.
They don't fuck with that Holocaust slander.
Nah, they don't fuck with none of it. Actually, they're so political. I was there during the pandemic. Once they found out that I was from America, they hated me even more because guess who was in office? Trump. So they address you as right wing and left wing in Germany. They don't address you as nothing else. If you're from America, you're either right wing or left wing.
That's
I would be like, I'm black, so like let's just start right there. I'd be like, y'all need to.
I told them
back.
don't associate me with that shit. Don't associate me with that politics shit, bro. I don't live in the White House. I don't talk to that nigga Trump when he do what he do, or any of these presidents. So don't even.
I'll be like, bro, I'm not in none of their houses, bro.
My fault. I should have clarified. Was I able to curse? I know I said a few things.
Yeah, you allowed to turn it up. You allowed to turn it up. You allowed to turn it the fuck up, actually.
Nah, you know, I just gotta be safe, man. My bad.
Yeah.
But then in London, London's a little bit different. I will say that you're not gonna have that much fun if you don't know the right people, but everyone in London is curious to an extent. The only thing about it is that their curiosity is limited. So let's say, for example, when I was out there last month, actually, I was walking around with this cat from Birmingham. Birmingham is a little bit north of London. It's like upstate New York, sort of.
Oh, shit. I thought you were talking about Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh, no.
I was like, damn. I said, oh, shit.
Nah, it's one out there, too. But yeah, so he came out to chill with me for the day, and I was walking around the area that I was in with my Bluetooth speaker, and I was playing music out loud. And it wasn't loud, but it was loud for people to, like, you know, look in my direction, like, oh, I see this guy's playing music, kind of thing. Like, they don't even do that from their cars, you know. It's like you go to certain areas, you might hear it. But anyways, I'm walking around with the speaker, and he's like, oh, you don't think that's kind of loud for the people? And I'm like, no, like, we're just chilling. Yeah, we just listening to music, and everyone, like, granted, people probably did feel a way about it, but no one approached us and was like, hey, can you turn that down? But he was freaking out the entire time. Hey, bro, you sure that's a good song? Or hey, you sure that people like this? Or like, and it's like, bro, just chill the fuck out. Like, relax, bro. Listen to the music. Let's walk to our destination. Like, none of this matters. But yeah, but to me, it was pissing me off because it's like, bro, like, what do you think? What trouble do you think we can get in by listening to music? Like, so you're cool enough to walk down the street, but now you're worried about what other people are thinking. So that's their curiosity in a nutshell. It's like they're worried about what other people are thinking, but they're still gonna try to do what they want to do.
Right, bro
Facts.
probably thinks, you know, I
Facts.
don't know. It could have been like gang activity or something. But then again, I've never been to the UK. I have friends that live in the UK, and where they live, it's like pretty safe and everything. But they just like whenever we get on the game, they just talk about another acid crime, another knife crime, and everything like that. But it ain't nothing like too crazy. Nothing too
That
crazy.
shit is crazy. That knife culture out there is
It's weird.
wild, bro.
It's
Bro,
weird. So
yeah, go ahead, bro.
y'all say that, but I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. You know, and I'm not gonna say like, you know, that I'm dodging it or something like that, but
Oh,
I've been to London. I've been 5 years now. I've been visiting London for 5 years, and I'm telling you, I've been in the hoods. Like they call it the ends. I want to say last year or the year before that, I actually got into a fight with somebody out there. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't pull out no
shit.
knife for me. Not to say that he wouldn't have, but
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like the amount of fighting we was doing, the type of fighting we was doing, going at it. You know, I would have assumed this dude would have pulled something out in court, but nah, they never happened.
Thank
But then
God,
also,
man. Word.
What
I
part
do
were
want to
you in?
say
What part were you in?
this was in Romford. So, and this area where I had to fight at, this was in Romford. So Romford is technically like a suburb area. You know, a lot of rich people live over there, but it's still the hood. Like it's still
Okay.
the hood.
So my
You know, it's
friends
like
that live in
they
the
gentrified
UK,
it.
they say a lot of the stuff happens in London because London is kind of like how people like say like like how they glorify Miami, like Miami's all this it's so pretty, but then there's a lot of crime that happens over in Miami, and they say that London's very beautiful in like a small section, but then like the majority of it is like poverty and crime. Now I can't personally say that's right or wrong because I don't live there, but if
Word.
you can clarify that, you know what I'm saying?
How can I say this? Yeah, there's poverty, you know, but it's you barely see homeless people out there. You know what I'm saying? You can walk around, you can walk many streets out there and you wouldn't even see a homeless person. And if you do, they don't even look homeless. You know, and there's just maybe just that one homeless person out there that actually does look homeless. But for the most part, you don't even see drug addicts on the street. You know what I'm saying? They don't litter out there, you know what I'm saying? They keep their trash in the bins and shit like that. Like everything is for the most part clean.
Right.
As far as the gang life, again, you have areas. So London is a city. It's like a city within England and the United Kingdom. You know, so Romford, what I was talking about, is it's like a borough within London. So there's like different parts. So let's say Brixton would be the hood. I was just thinking of this place. Surrey Keys would be the hood. New Cross would be the hood. You know what I'm saying? Places like that would be the hood. But again, it's more about your intent. Like if you go there and you look like you looking for some shit, then people gonna fuck with you. But I've been around drug dealers, I've been around the gangs, I've been around all these people out there, and they all show me love. You know what I'm saying? It's just the fact that you give off a certain energy. So I would say that if you're not in that life, you're probably not gonna really witness it.
Right.
Yeah.
What are your favorite things about, actually before I even ask that, what do you do for work that allows you to, move like that, especially as an artist, having, the ability to go to a whole nother country, which is also tapping into a whole nother market? Because when you look at American music, in the UK, American music is big, but I mean UK took off. I feel like UK
Fact.
Hispanic music, Afrobeats,
They done blew up.
that music is dead. We don't have that mega shit. We
No.
make better music better. But anyways, what do you do for work that allows you to be able to travel back and forth? If you can disclose that. You may be doing some other shit that you can't. I don't want you to incriminate yourself.
I'm a drug dealer.
Hey.
No, I'm joking. Well, to an extent, to an extent.
That
okay,
son.
So the first time that I went to London, I was working as a DSP. No, so the first time I went to London, I was working as a DSP. That's a direct service support professional. So basically, I was taking care of elderly people with developmental disabilities, and I was making pretty good money from that. And I had a definite family that inspired me. This person always told me I should travel. So it's sad that it took them leaving to like really push me to do it. So when they passed, I didn't want them to like go out in vain. I was like, fuck it, I'm going somewhere. So I ended up going to London. After that, that's when the pandemic happened. So I created an edibles business, Reef's Edibles. So I started making drinks, treats, and obviously selling weed, which is legal here in New York. And it blew up during the pandemic, and I legally was a drug dealer. So it was cool. It was cool. I made a lot of money from it, you know, because nobody couldn't go anywhere. All the stores were closed, so everyone was pretty much coming to me. Um, and I didn't know what to do with all the money that I was making. You know, not to say that I was like seeing a lot, but I'm talking like, you know, in a month, I want to say I made at least like about 6-7K. And I was like, what the fuck? I ain't never seen this before. So I was just like capitalizing on that. Yeah, so I started buying musical equipment. I started going out to London more. Well, when I went out to London the first time, I ended up having a radio interview, and that inspired me to go back out there. So having this money, I was like, what the fuck am I going to do this with? I'm not a flashy person. I don't buy jewelry. You know, I'm not going to buy a car with this. You know, so I said, let me travel. Let's go somewhere. So yeah, I've been going, whatever money I've been making from the business. I pick a time of the year. Usually it's in the fall, but this year I went early spring. But yeah, I try to go at least once a year, you know, go enjoy myself and keep in contact with the people that I've met out there, you know, maintain the relationships and the musical connections.
For legal purposes, we just want to say that the edibles we make are made with sunflower oil. So
yes, well, coconut oil, but yes.
Oh, coconut, yeah. You know, hey, gotta stick to the roots. You know what I'm saying? Gotta stick to the roots. So
no, trust me, it's all good. No bad stuff here.
Do you
take care of the health.
Do you stay with people, or do you have like do you like rent when you're out there? Do you stay with friends or family while you're out there?
I normally try to rent like an Airbnb, but for the past 3 years, inflation has gone up. So when I was there last month, I did like a half and half. I did an Airbnb for like 2 weeks, and then the last week I was there, I was staying with friends. But I like to stay by myself or rent my own Airbnb because, you know, anything could happen, you know, so you kind of want to be open to all that, and you don't want to have to go through someone else. Well, okay, so the fight that I had out there, that's what that was about. I was staying with someone, and because I had to go in and out their door with their key and stuff like that, it was kind of awkward. You know, it was kind of like they were documenting my life unnecessarily. So yeah, I prefer to have my own. That way I could come and go as I please.
That shit makes sense. Oh yeah, I would never want that shit to happen, especially when I'm out of the country type shit. Like have somebody clocking me, like I'd be like, bro, I'm here as it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so facts. Right. I feel you. Hell yeah.
All right. Top 5 essential things artists need to know while traveling to other countries. What would you say?
Dylan.
Hot fire. But no. Culture. You know, a lot of the things out there in these countries we may not have been introduced to, and obviously a lot of us have sick humor, so we're gonna laugh about a lot of the shit. But to go out there and blatantly disrespect them for living a way that they've been living, and we don't know about that, yeah. So try to go out there and have an open mind to their culture, even if you don't fuck with it. Just have an open mind to it.
Facts.
Top essential. That was 1. 2, I would say, even if you can't learn the language, try to learn like a keyword or like a part of their slang. That way, if they say something, you can have something to, you know, connect with. You might not fully get what they're talking about or whatever, but if you can connect with something out there that sticks with you, go for it. Like say if you go to Germany, pause, you better know about sausages. You know what I'm saying? They fuck with sausages out there and beer. So Oktoberfest, if you go out there, at least know about Oktoberfest. You feel me? So it's just something to connect you to the people. Try to find something, you know. What else? Weather. Got weather out there. And you get rain a lot. So if you go, make sure you understand their weather. Just because it's sunny here, it might not be there. It might be wind, might be tornadoes, it might be earthquakes, whatever.
Yep. I know Scotland's a lot of rain. I know that for sure.
Yeah, facts. It might seem a little far. Try to meet somebody in the airport on your way there, especially if this is your first time there. You know, it might seem kind of crazy to just walk up to people like, "Hey, you going to Jamaica? Yeah, let's be friends." You know, but you know, however it happens, if someone, let's just say someone comes next to you when they talk to you, or if someone drops something and you help them pick it up, that could be your connection. Don't sleep on that. But you may need that friend before you get there. You feel me? But if you get there, then you may have to meet someone while you're there as well. But it has to happen like kind of quick. You kind of have to know someone right away. No pressure though. If you don't, it's cool. But that's just essential from my experience. And last but not least, understand the exchange rate. That should have been number one, but definitely understand how their money works. Because if you go out there, you can have $5,000 saved, but if our dollar is worth 2 cents out there, you ain't got shit.
You got shit.
Those are the top 5 essential things to be mindful of.
All right. So, you think you'll ever just like permanently stay out there, or do you think like U.S.
I'm on both sides of the fence. I've actually tried living out there. The only messed up part about that is I had gotten into a little bit of police trouble, far outside of my control. It wasn't something that I
racially profiled?
I saw coming my way. Let's just say that yes, actually. So I mean, I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna actually say it. So I was wrongfully accused of sexual assault. So basically, this is why I'm gonna throw a gem out there. So fellas, when y'all talking to women, it don't matter how flirtatious they get. It don't matter how many advancements they make on you. If it don't feel right, it's 9 times out of 10 not right, and you shouldn't think what you're doing. You feel me? So in this case, I wouldn't say I was doing that, but okay. Long story short, I was on the beach selling edibles. That's where I do my business at. And I ran into this group, and they, bought like $200 worth of edibles and stuff off me. And they were like, "Yeah, we're gonna do a bonfire later. You should come by. We like your vibe." These were cool people. You know what I'm saying? The people that invited me were cool. So I was like, "All right, cool." I go drop off my stuff at the end of my shift, and I come back to the beach to join the bonfire. There was about a good 40 people there. This is late, like 9, 10 o'clock. Yeah, like 10 o'clock at night on the beach, bonfire, whatever. As the night goes on, the crowd starts getting smaller and smaller and smaller. There was this one chick there that, we've talked throughout the whole group, but we found ourselves in the same conversation over time. So it was down to just us 2 left. And I lived literally across the street from the beach. So I wasn't in a rush to go home, but I wanted to make sure if she was ready, she was cool. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
She then started talking about how like she started finessing like older people. So she came from, I forgot where she said she came from in India. It was like Singapore or some shit like that. And so she came from over there. But anyways, she was here in the States basically finessing middle-aged white men for her money. And I guess she thought she could try that with me. And she tried to get me to, agree to it. Like she was like, "Hey, do you want to do something?" And I was just kind of like, "What do you mean?" And she was like, "Well, if I do this for you, you got to pay me this and da-da-da." And I was like, "You know what? I'm good." So I started getting my shit and getting the fuck up out of there.
Oh yeah.
So as I was walking away, I don't know what it was. It could have been a knife, could have been her keys, could have been glass, whatever the fuck it was. It was a sharp knife. But she basically tried to attack me and missed and went over my shoulders. When I kind of like, it's all in a split seconds. When I seen the shit go over my shoulder, I'm like, "Oh, panic mode." Boom, flip it over my shoulder, and I boom, take off. So 2 months later, the fucking cops showed up at my door. And they were like, "Oh, well, we got this report. You raped this girl, blah, blah, blah." So I'm like, "What the fuck?" Mind you, my nephew opens the door. So he sees this whole exchange going down. They see the police walk me out or whatever. They took me to the interrogation room, all of that good, fine, fancy shit. But the fucked up part about that is that this all happened 2 days before my flight. So mind you, I'm already planning. I'm moving out of this house. I'm moving to a different country. You know what I'm saying? I've already planned this. Everything is already situated. My shit is already packed up and ready to fucking go. Like
they thought it looked mad stuffy.
Yo, they trying to make that shit look saucy, bro. They trying to make that shit with the sauce, bro.
So I spent a whole night and a half, a day and a half in Central Bookings. They took me in early that morning, kept me in Central Bookings for the whole day, and then the next day, luckily it was a nighttime flight, but the next day they brought me out to see the judge and all of that. And well, the lawyer first, when I don't know if any of y'all been to Central Bookings, but they when you get to the last cell, they have you talk to a lawyer. If you can't afford one, they'll give you one. So this lawyer is reading he's reading the report, and he's like, "Bro, this shit don't even sound like it's consistent with a rape story, but like shit that with the order that they are describing the shit happening doesn't make sense. So he was saying like this sounds like a setup, you know. And then he was looking at obviously my criminal record. My history is clean as fuck. I don't do anything to get in trouble. You get what I'm saying? Doing edibles is probably the most riskiest shit I've done in my life. Yeah. So when I had ended up moving to London, I was there for like a good 3 months, and I think it was like 2 months left until I had to reappear in court. And I didn't know that it was a virtual court date, so I'm panicking like, oh shit, I gotta go back, I gotta be there in person. So I did live there, and it was cut short. I didn't fully get to enjoy it or experience it the way that I wanted to, because I was stuck in my mind that if I didn't get back to New York, they was gonna come here and find me and take my ass in jail. And yeah, and I couldn't live with that kind of paranoia. I'm not even a paranoid person, but I couldn't live like that, you know. So I said, fuck this, and I ended up going back to New York.
Damn, that's some Astro shit, huh?
Yeah, only to go to the court date, for her to not show up because she knew she had to take the stand and testify and tell the entire truth. And well, at that point, I'm guessing that they ended up telling her that, you know, I guess they told her that if you lie in front of a grand jury, you can go to jail. So she didn't show up, like, because up until then, they were the police and all of that were convincing me that, oh, she's going to show up in court and testify against me. Is it like, do I want to plead guilty? Like, basically trying to get me to flip. And I was like, bro, I didn't do anything. Like, y'all not going to get me to flip, and I didn't do shit. I'm scared as fuck, but I didn't do anything. So what am I flipping on? You know, so I was like, if she show up, she show up. I guess we just face the fucking music. But I already knew I'm a black man in a court. This woman is not even white. She is, you know, brown or whatever, but technically not black. So they're going to look at us like, oh, yeah, you know. So, yeah, so it was a dark time in my life and a crazy fucked up time that I chose to move. But I would say the experience was cool for what it was worth, though. You know, I got to experience living on my own, being in a country for longer than 90 days, you know, things of that nature. So it was a bittersweet experience. Let's just say that.
Got you. Yo, if you had chance and you had time to go back, would you try to do it again? Would you try to like go and move back there, or would you just stay in NY and be like, yeah, nah, I'm not gonna be trying to do all that?
If I live here this time, let me choose these words carefully. If I do decide to be there, decide to be there long term,
right?
I have
now
to
this, but this
find
is
a way.
this is anywhere, right?
Yeah, this is anywhere. This is totally anywhere.
Yeah.
I have to find a consistent way to make good money. It can't be nickel and diamond. I can't be, you know, one day make 200 and then 2 weeks later find another $200 opportunity. It has to be consistent.
It has to be consistent.
And if I'm gonna be dealing with someone there in a relationship, they gotta make my life easier. I can't go to another country and have someone like limit my movement or try to make it feel like, you know, I'm only there because of, let's just say, for the example, if you're going overseas, I'm just there to get a dual citizenship, because they will treat you like that out there. Like, oh, you want that dual citizenship, don't you? Like, you know, they'll try to do one of those kind of things.
They'll be out
there. Yeah. So, you know, I got to find a consistent way to make money. And if I'm going to be dealing with someone, they have to add to my life and not try to crack me out. I'll leave in a fucking heart. That shit don't stop me. But, you know, I just don't want to feel like I'm shackled.
Facts.
So, yo, tell me a little bit about your music. What's your YouTube name?
On YouTube, you can find, well, I have 2 different channels. So I ended up getting hacked. So my older channel is just MC Reef, but the newer channel is MC Reef Music. So on the older channel, you'll find all of the beginning music videos that I came out with, you know, from 2016, and up. So 2015 and up. But on this new channel, I only have 1 video, and I'm just working on more stuff, working on more content. But the music I make, hip hop, rap music. Rap stands for rhythm, art, pain. So you're going to get either one of those 3 elements or all 3 within my music. I tend to tell a lot of stories. It's not going to be like once upon a time, the end. But when you listen, it's going to be like, oh shit, I didn't know this person went through this, or I didn't know this person could articulate this kind of pain or experience. So That's pretty much what it is.
For the people, I just picked a random song. Are you cool if I just run a random song real quick? A couple seconds of it so we can catch
Go
a
for
vibe?
it.
Unexpected.
Go for it. Go for it. Okay.
That's my song, low key.
Appreciate that.
Of course, you already.
Hey, it's my shit.
Uh-oh.
It's my shit.
I think I've seen this joint performed a couple times. I don't know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Very important person. Early.
Self-employed now, ain't no jobs I'm working. I done made enough now, so I could cop a Birkin.
Birkin.
Inside the spot,
Mm-hmm.
I don't need ID. If you ain't on the list, then it's say la
Say la
vie.
vie.
Can't
Talk
get
your
inside the
shit,
club unless
Reef.
you pay that fee. On day one, like VIP. Stay undercover, don't need the CID. A real MVP stays VIP.
I'm on the second verse, by the way.
I'm
Yup.
addicted to
Oh,
this
you're on the
money
second
and
verse?
thighs and
Yeah.
breasts, just like KFC. Now I'm on
Yeah.
until you see them clear. So cold. Very important person. That's what happens when you put the work in. Self-employed now, ain't no jobs I'm working. I done made enough now, so I could cop a Birkin. Step inside the spot and I don't need ID. If you ain't on the list, then it's say la vie. Can't get inside the club unless you pay that fee. Only day ones with me, that's VIP. I treat my life like the club, I'm VIP. That means you ain't getting in unless I CID. I need to know who you are before you get past me. There's a price for my time, you know, that's not cheap.
Oh shit.
People in my life thought they had me
Oh,
gassed,
spinning.
but I'm
My
electric
fault.
with the
Phone
drive
died.
like I own a Tesla. Work hard for this life, I deserve to act up. One high ball, call me bone collector. All haters hate the grind cause they can't
Haters
match
hate
this
the
grind
grind.
till I make it. That's malpractice. I came from a life where
All right, MC Reef, my guy. Okay, I see you flowing, bro.
Appreciate that. Appreciate.
And you got some flow, you know what I'm saying? I feel like this market though, this music market is oversaturated with a lot of bad music, and I was feeling that, you know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people like to be yes men. They're too afraid to tell some of their friends to stop making music. How you feel about that? You think we should normalize?
I'm gonna tell you exactly what it is.
Normalize us telling our friends, bro, do something different, like for real.
Of course, 100%. You know, and while that might not be what they want to hear, is what they need to hear. And a lot of times, because they don't hear what they need to hear, they end up doing what they want to do. You know, so when you have enough people telling you, especially your real friends telling you, then you know they can't really be mad at that because these are real people that they find a close connection with. You know,
Right.
That's facts. Especially if you look up to the person, you know what I'm saying? And you
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
100%. 100%. And a lot of times though, people be scared, you know, for the backlash for telling someone that, you know, but not me. I don't give a fuck. If you don't want to fuck with me after that, oh well. You know, at least I did you a service and telling you the truth. You know, so yeah, I can't lie about stuff like that. You feel me? Yeah.
Facts.
That's a fact, bro. MC
I'm in a Chipotle, so that I'm in a Chipotle.
Yo, I'm like,
excuse that.
Said I'm gonna need the CID early.
It's all good, you feel me? Hey man. But yo,
but nah, yeah. What's up?
No, go ahead, bro.
Oh no, I was gonna say that. Just be truthful to people, man. Just don't be scared of what comes after. You feel me? Just be. I was having this conversation with my cousin the other day. So basically, a lot of times we say the things that we say because it's channeled within us. You know, so someone might say, well, let's just say, you know, you might go over to a girl's house and she might cook for you the first time, and you know, she might stand with the dreamy eyes, like, how does it taste? And you want to say, like, yo, this shit fucking disgusting. You gotta say it. You gotta fucking say it. She might not want to call you after that or whatever, but you gotta say it. You feel me? So don't be scared of none of that. Just be you. Be true.
That's probably the only time I'm gonna straight up lie though. I'll be like, listen, this is better than not horrible.
You're what's wrong with the world, sir.
Exactly. Trying to put her down softly and shit, be like, this is better than not horrible. This is okay.
Yo, Mr. Just Cause, man, you got any more question for the MC Reefer?
Oh my goodness. Yes, I do. Actually, the gap between the unexpected one and the unexpected two. Why such a long gap?
It's the same thing with 3 as well. But thank you for
Yeah.
asking that. Excuse me. But I feel like a lot of people don't even realize this. So this goes to answer your question, June, about did I say that right, June? Or June? How did I say that?
Yeah, June.
Okay. Your question about oversaturation. So we're in an era where I learned how to make music on my own. Like, I started listening to people and I was like, oh yeah. And then I started realizing I could write and stuff like that. I've always loved writing and stuff, but learning how to put it into music form was something that I had to learn. You have people who are descendants, so like say their mom, uncle, cousin, whatever, used to be in the music field. And a lot of times these people don't have the knowledge to teach their offspring. So they'll just say, hey, well, I used to be this kind of person, and they'll run with that imagination. Well, if you could be on stage, I could be on stage,
Right.
And a lot of times they'll end up in situations where there are other people who are eager to like just get rich quick or, follow the hype module or whatever the case is. So for me, when I started making music, I knew that I wanted to put something out there that I wanted people to connect with. I wanted to make sure that, if I were to make it big and if I were to be famous, so to speak, and let's just say Just Cauz were to pull up on me one day, let's just say I'm in New York doing like a regular walkthrough and Just Cauz just pull up on me, yo, MC Reef, da 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 da. I heard this one song and you were like talking about this and that, this is my inspiration. And then I'm looking at you like, oh yeah, I know that song, but then I'm like, I ain't write that, or I didn't live that life, or all those things come into my mind when making music and displaying it to the world. So I didn't want someone to pull up on me and be like, hey, let's look at Drake now. At this point, you question Drake's whole catalog because it seems like everyone has written everything for him. Either someone's written it for him, or he's taken someone's flow and mixed it up to fit his style. So now you got to question his whole discography, and I don't want that. You know what I'm saying? So if I got to take time off and live my life and come up with shit that I need to talk about, if it's gonna take 1 year, 2 years, or 5 years, I'm gonna take that time off. And also, I feel like at that time, which I'm sure you guys, I don't know if you do music, June, but just cause I know we go through this where we make certain songs and we're like, damn, I don't know how the public is gonna sit with this one. And it's not so much as like people pleasing, but it's like you're giving them a piece of your life. And you're just kind of like, damn, I don't really talk to people like that, So to give them a song, let's just say about being fatherless, what the hell? Like, why am I just going out there telling people that I grew up without a father? You know what I'm saying? Like, then rightfully so, who the fuck cares?
We got a couple of joints.
Does
Just dropped the joint. He just dropped the joint.
I dropped six. I've dropped 6 projects so far this year, and I'm dropping another one on the 27th. I be going crazy, bro.
He be going ham, bro.
Okay, so I applaud people like you. At first, I used to despise y'all because I'm like, why the fuck are y'all pumping out so much music? But I applaud it because it's like, you never know. I'm still double-sided on it, but I can applaud you guys more now because it's like you're a machine. You're constantly working. Your brain is meant to be in creative mode, so you can literally come up with some shit, just as quick. I guess with me, because I'm a little more meticulous, I like to make sure that my words connect. So again, I'm a storyteller. So that song you just heard is literally about treating myself as an important person, even if you don't see me as one. So I had to make sure I was in enough situations to where I felt like I was important, even though I was disrespected, to say that I could make a song about this now. And now y'all motherfuckers got to treat me like I'm important because I am. So it resonates, I needed time to like really like go through these feelings and process it and understand that this is what I want people to know about me from this last experience, which you didn't get. Now from this experience, this is what we're doing moving forward. So it's all a connection. It's all just to help people understand me better, even though they're still gonna get their own, perceptions.
I'm an R&B singer, so like whenever a melody comes to me, I just. But I'm actually like I'm running a series. It's called Forgiato, so they're like all themes. So I've been dropping them like once a month, and then like remix here, there, like in between and everything. So it's like last year I didn't really drop too much, but then like the year before I dropped a lot, so I really wanted to like recoup. And I'm about to start engineering school next month, trying to get a lot of material out because it's gonna be the program is 27 months, so I just want to have enough music out because I know I'm still gonna record and drop because I mix and master my own stuff, but it's not gonna be as frequent. But I'm like also building a catalog as well. So.
Okay. Also, I wanna add this to the last question because I felt like you know, a lot of people don't cover this. So the real answer to that story, I mean, everything I just gave you was a real answer, but so if you listen to unexpected one, you hear somebody talking on damn near all the songs. That's to the max. So he was the producer / friend that I've met in high school who ultimately got me into the studio recording and stuff like that. At the time, he was fresh from Amsterdam, or at least he was like just letting it be known. So he couldn't really speak English that well, but he would always tell me like, yo, keep writing and I'll record for you. You know what I'm saying? I'll record your music and do all of this and stuff like that. So in my mind, it clicked. I had a team. I had a unit. So we did the whole first project. And then when it came time to working on the second one, which I wanted to do the following year, by this time, he knew how to speak English a little bit more. He started meeting other people musically, and he ended up running into this group of people who, at the time, I believe Chief Keef was out. So everything was trap and drill music, you know? So he started meeting people who were making drill music and stuff like that, and he converted his entire sound to drill. And whenever I would ask him for beats and stuff like that, he would tell me, oh, I'm not doing that boom bap shit, or I'm not like, so basically another thing too is a lot of artists, when they hear my music, they'll think it's only boom bap, but it's like, bro, I can spit on multiple beats. You just got to find something that fits you. So with him, he didn't understand that. It was just boom bap. I don't want to do boom bap, 90s hip hop. And it's like, bro, it's not just that. So he didn't want to like open his mind to that. And we ended up having a falling out. So I didn't have any money to pay a producer. Yeah, so I found all of those beats on Unexpected Tour YouTube beats. So that's what that was about. I had to literally find beats that fit me and that I could write to. And it took 4 years. Yeah, so.
Oh, I respect the grind though. 4 years and you was looking for beats and you stayed to it. So that's fire. That is fire.
In the meantime, I was just doing remixes to like, at the time we was in the mixtape era. So I was doing a lot of Wayne beats, you know, hip hop beats, like anything that was hot on the radio, I was doing a remix to it to stay myself, you know, to keep myself occupied and not just wait 4 years to put this music. Yeah.
Got you. So yo, just one last question before we go, I guess, because we want to wrap this shit up. It's getting kind of late. We just want to wrap it up for like an hour. But yo, when in your writing mode, like when you're in your creative mode, do you feel that it is easier to write with people? Like, you know, like in a group, like, yo, you have that energy when you're writing with people, or you want to be by yourself. You can have your own little 4-wall space and you're going to create your own music out of that sound, that little, you know what I'm saying, that little bubble. And then that's how you create. Like, how do you create? And then we're going to, you know, leave the people with that.
I'm on both sides of it, actually. So I prefer to write by myself. Because sometimes it does take me, you know, weeks and months to write, and I don't want people to be waiting that long for me to finish up a verse in front of me, you know? So that's why I prefer to write by myself, because the timetable could go from anywhere. I do enjoy writing with a group of people, but they have to have that passion as well. Like, I can't just invite people to the studio and just everyone's on their phone or nobody else does music but me, because then it becomes like dry. You know, I need somebody with some type of creative, you know, some creative DNA, like just have some type of creativity to you. You know what I'm saying? Even if you don't make music, just something about you. Like if I start throwing out, if I say, yo, how does this line go? I stretch like a cat. You know, like you could tell me that this shit was boring or something like that. You feel like I want to be able to bounce an idea off of you. Like you said, just be able to bounce those ideas and stuff. So yeah, you just have to match my vibe. And 9 times out of 10, if I'm going to do music around people, it's usually around people that are musically inclined or creative, you know, so to speak.
Yeah.
Got you. Beautiful answer, man. No, I do the same thing.
Thank you.
Like I want to be by myself in my own little 4-wall space. I don't want to be in a rush. But also, if you have the right people at the right time and the right notions of thought, we'll bust out a hit in 30 minutes. There'll be 2-3 people in the room. It don't even matter.
That's a fact. Everything.
So I got a question for y'all.
What's up, brother?
So
No, I'll ask it after you finish. Sorry.
Oh,
good.
I was gonna
Everything
say,
you cook
every
up?
time I cook up, Just Cause is the first one to hear. Like every day, I'm like, bro, I just did this shit at like 4 in the morning. I just did this shit right now. I even cook up right in front of him and his wife. I'll just put him on mute. I'm at my studio right now, so I just be cooking it right here, right in front of him.
We do the same shit almost every day.
Yeah,
That's dope. That's really dope. And low key, I did wish I had that. I had that like in my beginning stages, you know, when I was first starting to make music, because that's very crucial. But okay, so the dude that you heard on that track, that's my boy Ty Jordan. I have him, I have my guy Stevie, and I got a few other people in London who consistently send me songs. So now I'm on that wave as well. Like if I create something, I'll send it out to people that I really truly fuck with. Like, yeah, what you think about this? Or could I switch this line up? Or just like you said, just make sure these are the only people that hear this, and these are the people worthy of giving me constructive criticism. So I rock with it 100%, and I'm glad you guys have that dynamic.
Absolutely. We're gonna have that dynamic soon. We're gonna be working together, Reef. You already.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm never rushing it. I'm always, open to it though.
Of course. You already, man. It's gonna be a beautiful thing when we get into that ring, son, and show people what's good. It's gonna be fire.
That's a fact.
It's gonna be dope.
So the question I wanted to ask before we get out of here is, I noticed you're doing this on StreamYard. Is there a time limit for this, or you just choosing to cap it at an hour?
I usually cap them at an hour just because I only have so much time on like space or whatever for the plan that I have. So we usually cap it around an hour. If it goes over, it goes over. But usually we try to keep it to an hour because that gives me enough time to keep from here and then put them on my phone, edit them, and then get them on YouTube, and then we just
right.
Oh, so I think that's the report. But it saves directly to your device.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like I said, directly to your storage office. Okay, cool. So, sorry, I asked because I do the podcast on Instagram Live, and while it's cool to do it on Instagram Live, they started cracking down on the hour. So just because our interview was over an hour, so yeah, they started cracking down on that.
So that's how we started, and then my consultant was like, "Yo, you need to get on like StreamYard or something," and then like we've just like tooled it to like I have like all the intros right here. I got YouTube pulled up, and I like screencast it. Like there's so much we can do now. Like I could pull up Netflix right now. We can watch Netflix right now.
We could watch movies together.
Yeah,
and then start talking shit about the movie while we're watching the movie, like we here, like right now.
I have it set up so right now, if we had done this live, it would have gone live on my Facebook, music Facebook, YouTube, his YouTube, the new
my Facebook, my Instagram,
and it'd all be live at the same time. And then everybody that comments,
y'all gotta show me.
Boy, son, we tapped in, nigga. We family now. Let's go.
Niggas is not doing what we doing, bro. Niggas is just doing this shit on Facebook Live and Instagram. I'm like, nah, bro.
We gotta be all the way. We gotta be all the way tapped in.
I've been looking for a different platform, bro.
StreamYard is definitely the way to go, bro. Definitely.
$20 a month. $20 a month, bro. You can't beat that.
Nope.
Do it.
Month, bro.
And check this out. I've been doing the Opus clips, so I do the clips of every single show that we do. So that shit is easy too. So you know what I'm saying? So you're not sitting there for 4.5 hours trying to pick your own digital clips. I do the Opus clip shit, and I do that, and I get an hour. You know what I'm saying? A month. So I go. I that's why it's also good for that hour cap. I'll go in the cap cut. I'll cut it for an hour. Cut all the bullshit that we don't need out of the episode, and then bring it into that, and then we'll be good. You know what I'm saying? Then I'll do the Opus clips. It'll select what I need to select. I'll type up what I need to type, and there you go.
For sure.
Nah, I appreciate that, man. We definitely gotta tap in and learn more about this because again, I would love to bring my podcast to this.
With you, Reef, because you be overseas, and right now I'm looking for a UK artist for a song.
Yes.
I got the network for you, bro. I know so many people out there, so many people that deserve the connection.
Told you, bro. Told you this was gonna be a tap.
After the live, I'll play the song for you, and you'll see why I need a UK artist. But yeah, man. This is episode 9 of the Newer Radio. My name is Jun Fargo. I got the homie Just Cauz, and we got the homie MC Reef, man. And we'll catch you on the next one.
Early.